Yeah, introduction to Selenium. Selenium. See, what is this Selenium tool, automation testing tool? What is the history of a Selenium tool? Selenium is called Selenium WebDriver, and the version of this Selenium is Selenium 2, version 2, Selenium 2. See, what is the use of this Selenium? Uses by using Selenium, we can automate web applications functionality. What can be automated? Web applications functionality can be automated by using Selenium tool. So it is a functional testing tool. Okay, functionality can be automated for web applications. So it supports only web applications. That means by using Selenium, we can automate only web-based applications. Windows applications cannot be automated by using Selenium. Okay, but it is a open source tool. It is open source tool, so it is a free of cost, so anybody can use this tool to automate their applications. So that is why nowadays it is getting very high demand in the market for Selenium tool. Hi Usha, are you able to hear me? Hello Usha. Hello Usha, are you able to hear me? Okay. Okay, this is Selenium is a open source tool, and it is used to automate web-based applications, only web-based applications. And another main important benefit of a Selenium tool is it supports multi-browsers. It supports multiple browsers, and it supports multiple operating systems, and it supports multiple programming languages. So these are all some additional benefits of Selenium tool. So the Selenium tool supports multiple browsers. That means if you create one automation script by using Selenium tool, that script can be executed on different browsers, on different operating systems. And another important point, in Selenium tool, we can use multiple programming languages to develop automation script. Okay, we'll discuss all those which browsers it supports and which operating systems it supports, and what are the languages Selenium tool supports. Okay, before that, let me explain you brief history of Selenium, how the Selenium was developed, who developed this Selenium tool. See, first Selenium tool was developed by a person called Jason Huggins, and he was working in ThoughtWorks company. He was a developer. So while developing the web applications, so they need to test that application. Developers has to test that code, whatever the code they have developed, they should have to test it, correct? So that is called unit testing or integration testing. So these testings are done by developers. That means during the development, developers will do some testing. So to execute their testing, how they used to do generally, manually they used to execute it. So as a developer, he thought of developing some automation kind of thing so that he can execute his test case testing automatically. So he started developing, building some JavaScript library files, which that set of library files is called Selenium Core engine. After some time, that set of JavaScript, small set of JavaScript library files developed by this person, Jason Huggins, it becomes a Selenium Core engine. So this core engine, what it will do, when he starts the execution, this core engine will be injected into the browser. That means it will sit inside the browser, and then our automation script will send some instructions to that engine which is residing inside the browser, and that engine will execute actions on the application which is currently opened in that browser. So that's how he designed a JavaScript library files which is called Selenium engine. How that Selenium engine was working earlier. Nagaraj, are you following me? So please stop me if you have any right query or any questions. Okay. Hi Shailesh. Hello. Hi Shailesh. Shailesh and
Hi,
yeah,
sorry, I'm very late.
yeah, fine. Usha, are you able to hear me? Just confirm me. Yeah, 1 second, guys. Yeah. Hi Shailesh. Right. Just we started the session. We are discussing about introduction to Selenium. So Selenium WebDriver. So the current version of Selenium is 2. That means 2.0 is the current version of Selenium. And what are the uses of benefits of Selenium tool? The Selenium tool using Selenium tool, we can automate web-based applications functionality. It supports only web-based applications, and it is a open source tool, so it can be used without any cost. If you see that other good automation tools in the market like UFT or Enorex or Tosca, those tools are not all are licensed tools. Okay, but this Selenium tool is a open source tool, so it is a free of cost. And another important benefit of Selenium tool is it supports multiple browsers. That means we can create automation script in one browser. For example, if I create a automation script by using Selenium tool in Internet Explorer, the same script can be executed on different browsers like Firefox, Chrome, or Safari, or Opera, or even mobile browsers, HTML unit, or Android browser. Okay, like that. So it supports multiple browsers, and also it supports multiple operating systems. So that means if you develop the script in Windows, so the same script can be executed on different platforms like Mac or Linux operating systems. And similarly, in Selenium tool, we can use multiple programming languages to develop automation script. So these are all important benefits of a Selenium tool. And after that, we are discussing about the brief history of Selenium, how Selenium was developed, who developed this one. So the Selenium tool was developed by a person called Jason Huggins, who was working in ThoughtWorks company. So actually, he developed a small set of JavaScript library files to execute his testing automatically as a developer, right? To execute his application under test, like unit test cases or integration cases. So to make it automate, so he developed, that means it was web-based application. So he thought of developing some kind of programming which can interact with the browser, and so that it can instruct the browser to perform actions whatever he need to test that application. So like that, he starting developing some small set of JavaScript library files. So later point of time, this set of JavaScript library files is called Selenium Core Engine, and also it is called Selenium RC. So that is a initial version of Selenium developed by Jason Huggins in ThoughtWorks company. After that, that means it was developed in 2004, year 2004 it was developed. 2004, sorry, what happened? Yeah, 2004. See, after that, see, another person called, his name is Simon Stewart uh, from Google company. So see, in Selenium RC, that means which was developed by Jason Huggins in ThoughtWorks, there are some uh, drawbacks in that tool. See, what are the benefits it has? It supports multiple browsers, it supports multiple operating systems, it supports multiple programming languages. So these are all benefits, are very good features of Selenium RC, which was developed by Jason Huggins. After that, in 2006, in Google, a person called Simon Stewart, so he started thinking that to overcome the drawbacks of Selenium 1. What is the drawback of Selenium 1? Major drawback, you know, see the Selenium 1, it is called Selenium 1 or Selenium RC. The tool developed by Jason Huggins, it is called Selenium 1, or we can also call it as Selenium RC. Okay, how it works, you know. Yeah, 1 second, yes, I can. Yeah. Okay, let us see that how this Selenium 1 works. Let me just explain you some more detail in detail. So how this Selenium 1 works, you know, let me insert some shape. Okay, so let us assume that this is the Selenium core engine. That means the set of JavaScript library files. It is called Selenium core engine or Selenium RC, developed by this person, right? So this is called engine, Selenium engine. Yeah. And then let us see that we have automation script. This is my automation script. This is my automation script. It is script. And here you have application. Okay, this is the application. Application means application opened inside browser. inside some browser, Internet Explorer or Firefox browser. In some browser, application is opened here. So this is application. So when we run this Selenium script developed by using this Selenium 1 RC, when you run this script, what will happen? This script, this core engine will be injected into browser. It will be injected into this browser. Okay. When you start this automation Selenium script execution, so this engine, that means Selenium RC engine, will be injected into this browser, and after that this script will send commands. That means inside the script we have written some steps, right? Like enter the value into username field or enter password, then click on login button. This kind of state instructions have developed inside this test script. Is it right? So when you run this script, so this script will communicate. So this script will communicate with this engine. So it will send this command to this engine, and this engine will interact with this browser, and it will instruct that browser to execute that particular action. Understand? So this is how, when you run a Selenium RC script, how it works. So this, it will instruct the browser to execute that action on the application which is opened in the browser. Understand guys? See, that means this Selenium script here cannot interact directly with the browser. Understand? There is some mediator here. What is that? That is a Selenium RC engine which has been injected into the browser at runtime. And whenever you run the script, this script will communicate with this engine, and this engine will instruct the browser to execute a particular action on particular specific element in the browser. So that's how the user actions will be executed by Selenium script in Selenium 1. So the drawback here is, only the drawback is, this Selenium script cannot communicate directly with the browser. It injects its RC engine, core engine, into the browser. Only through this engine it can execute the script, or it can execute the actions on the browser. So that's how that R Selenium 1 RC works. So there is some limitations on this, because this core engine was developed by using JavaScript. So there are some limitations. So because of that JavaScript code. So in Google company, a person called Simon Stewart, Simon Stewart in Google at 2000, in 2006 year, he started working on this particular RC modification. That means to overcome this drawback. What is the drawback? The Selenium script cannot communicate directly with the browser. There is some engine in between. So this engine was developed by using JavaScript. So there are so many limitations because of this, security limitations. So to overcome this, what he has done, he developed a new tool called WebDriver. He developed another program which is called WebDriver. What is this WebDriver is this WebDriver will use the browser API commands directly. That means this WebDriver can communicate directly with the browser. Understand? So inside this WebDriver, he is using browser API commands directly, And so that API, by using that API commands, this WebDriver program can directly communicate with the browser, and it can instruct the browser to execute a particular action on any element inside that browser. Understand? But here, this WebDriver have again some limitations, like it won't support multiple browsers, it won't support multiple operating systems, it won't support multiple programming languages. But it overcome one major drawback of Selenium 1 RC. What is that? Thus, now if you write a script by using these WebDriver commands, that means API commands, so that script can directly communicate with the browser. So that is the main advantage of WebDriver. Understand? That means this WebDriver script can directly communicate with browser. There is no engine in between. See, if you look at this Selenium script, the Selenium script cannot communicate directly with the browser. Instead of that, it communicates with Selenium core engine, and it will instruct the action that should be executed on any element to the browser. Got it? So, but in this WebDriver script is using browser API commands directly, so it can communicate with browser directly. There is no engine kind of intermediate between in between browser and WebDriver script. That means in Selenium 1 RC there are some benefits, in WebDriver there are some benefits. So what they thought, right? They planned to merge these two tools to make it one tool, one perfect automation tool for testers. So that is what they have done. In 2008, they have merged Selenium and WebDriver, both. Selenium and WebDriver both are merged as a single tool. So that is called Selenium 2. Selenium 2. Selenium 2.0. Now this Selenium 2 has the benefits of both Selenium RC as well as WebDriver. So by using this Selenium 2, if you create a script, so this script can communicate directly with the browser. There is no engine concept here. There is no RC engine in Selenium WebDriver. Understand? This Selenium WebDriver script can directly communicate with the browser. And also this Selenium WebDriver script can support all these browsers, multiple operating systems, and as well as multiple programming languages. So it is possible now. So this is how the Selenium WebDriver was developed. Initially, the Selenium tool was called Selenium RC, or it is called Selenium 1, version 1. That was developed by Jason Huggins in ThoughtWorks company. So what he has done, he developed some set of JavaScript library files, which is called a core Selenium RC engine. And then we can develop a script by using this Selenium RC in different languages. Then that script, when you run that script, it will inject that Selenium core engine into the browser, and it will execute the steps on application which is opened in the browser. That's how Selenium RC works. So in 2006, from Google, a person called Simon Stewart, so he developed a program called WebDriver. So this WebDriver, the main purpose of WebDriver is to overcome the drawback of Selenium RC. What is the drawback? The Selenium script, RC script, cannot communicate directly with the browser. That is the drawback. And one more drawback is the Selenium RC engine was developed by JavaScript. So it has so many security limitations. So to overcome these drawbacks, so he developed a WebDriver program, and this WebDriver program we can, by using this WebDriver program, if you develop the script, automation script, this script can directly communicate with the browser without any mediator like RC engine. So now, but this WebDriver has limitations like it cannot support multiple browsers and multiple operating systems, all those things. It cannot support WebDriver. So what they planned it, they planned to merge these two tools as a single tool that was merged in 2008. Then Selenium WebDriver created with version Selenium 2.0. Now this Selenium 2.0 is very powerful. Why? Because it supports multiple browsers and multiple operating systems, and we can use multiple different programming languages to develop automation scripts. At the same time, this script, whatever the script that you develop in Selenium WebDriver, it can directly communicate with the browser. Clear guess? So this is the brief history of Selenium tool, how it was developed. Okay, now let us see what are the browsers the Selenium tool supports. So the Selenium tool supports almost all the browsers in the market, i.e. Firefox, Safari, Opera, okay, and Chrome, and HTML unit, mobile browsers, Android, okay, iOS, all sorry, iOS browser, yes, okay. So all these browsers, that means if you develop the script in one browser, that script can be executed on any of these browsers. The Selenium script can be executed by using any of these browsers. So that is a very important benefit of Selenium tool. And operating systems, what operating systems it supports? It supports Windows and also Mac and Linux. It supports all these three operating systems. And come to the languages, what languages can be used in Selenium tool to develop automation script? See, we can use Java. So this is the most preferred programming language to develop the automation test in Selenium tool, because the Selenium main core, what is it? The core Java files or core library files are written in Java. The Selenium WebDriver core library files are library files are Java files, and also it supports C#. We can write Selenium script by using C# as well, and also Python. Python is a scripting language. Java and C# are programming languages. It is a programming language. It is a programming language. It is also C# also a programming language, and Python is a scripting language. It is a scripting language, and also we can use Ruby. It is also a scripting language. Perl also a scripting language. So these are all the languages can be used in Selenium tool to develop your automation test script. Raja asked one question: what is API? API means it is a kind of it's native commands. Native commands. That means every application or every object will have its native commands. That is called API command. His question is, what is the API command? So I have used the term API commands here, right? Where I have used the WebDriver script directly can communicate with browser by using browser's API commands. API means the abbreviation is it is programming interface, right? That means it is automated programming interface, not automated. I'm not getting once again. Yes, API means what is the abbreviation? Sailesh, do you know what is the APA abbreviation?
Application programming
Programming
interface.
interface. Right, you're right. Yeah, it is API means application programming interface. So the API commands are called the application's native commands. So like that, see here, browser is a one application. Browser is one application, right? So whatever the browser it is, if it is IA browser or Chrome browser or Firefox browser, so these are all applications. So each browser has its own set of API commands. Suppose if you want to, if I am writing one program by using C sharp or C or some language, then by using this program, that means from this program, you can communicate with any application. If that application API commands, if you know, understand? So that's what. See here, you are writing a Selenium script by using WebDriver, correct? So you what purpose? What is the purpose of Selenium script? To execute actions, some actions on the browser. Is it right? So how this script will execute actions, user actions on the browser? So this script will communicate through API commands to the browser. So what action should be executed will be communicated to the browser application through its native commands. That is called API commands. Means every browser has its own set of API commands. API means application programming interface. That means you can communicate with any application uh, from any program through these API commands. Yeah. Got it, Raja? Okay. So now these are the languages. See here, I have written, right, Java is programming language, C sharp is programming language, Python is scripting, Ruby, Perl are scripting languages. What is the difference? Programming and scripting languages. Any idea? What is the difference between programming language and scripting language? We can also use JavaScript as well to write a program here. JS also can be used. It is also a scripting language. So any idea, Sailesh or Nagaraju, what is the difference between programming language and the scripting language? Both are languages we are using to develop some small set of tasks, right? Yeah, can you respond in a chat? Do you know or not? Or if you know, can you give me your idea? What is the difference between programming and a scripting language? See, C sharp is programming language, but Ruby is a scripting language. So what is the difference between these two languages? Sailesh, you have any idea? Scripting language does not require Eclipse. May not be correct. Um, so let me explain you. What is a scripting and programming language? What is the difference? See, by using a programming language, we can develop a complete product. That means we can develop a complete application. Product means a complete application. By using a programming language, we can develop a product, a complete product. That means programming languages has right a rich number of features, very rich features. So by using those features, we can be able to develop a complete product. But by using a scripting language, it is not possible to complete a complete product. But these scripting languages will be useful in certain scenarios to perform a specific task in the product development. Got it? The scripting language can be very useful to perform a specific task in the product development. But by using its scripting language itself, we cannot develop a complete product. It is not possible. Got it, right? That means scripting language generally will be used in two scenarios. Just let me give an example. See, for server side validations, that is one thing. Another one, client side validations. You might have heard that client side validations and server side validations. Client side validations means, see, for example, you have one application, okay? In that application, you are filling some form. So when you are filling the form and submit, or sometimes as soon as you enter the data, sometimes you will be getting some warning messages. Sometimes you will be getting warning messages after submitting the data. So how that warning message is coming? That means when you click submit button, the data will not be submitted directly to the server, or that data will not be submitted directly to the application logical unit. Understand? So in between, there is something script validator in the browser itself. That means inside the client itself. That means before passing this data to the server, this script, what it will do? It will verify that all the datas are correctly entered as per the rules. Suppose I'm applying for something, your policy, insurance policy, but my age should be, there is something conditions, right? Your age should not be less than 18 years. Suppose if I enter wrong age 17 and if I click submit, so this script which is residing in the client browser itself, so it will check the data, is it all the data are correct or not. If there is anything wrong, it will show warning immediately. That means it won't submit the data to the server. It will stop it there itself. Understand? That means this script will be written in the client side, not inside the what is that, inside the application development. This script will be written at the client, in the front end, at the client side. So to write this code, generally we will be using these scripting languages. Similarly, some scripting languages will be very good to handle some server side validations. That means in the back end, suppose I'm logging in with some user ID into the application, and I'm requesting some data from the database, but I may not be authorized to access that data, whatever I am trying to request. Then what will happen? It will block. If your user ID is not authorized to get that data, you don't get the data. How it will be blocked? So this verification will be done at the server side, not at the front end. Understand? So this kind of thing, there are two things like client side validations and the server side validations in the applications. In the application development, these two validations are very, very important. So generally, these client side and the server side validations development will be developed by using scripting languages. That means some scripting languages will be very good to handle client side validations. Some scripting languages will be very good to handle server side validations. Okay, clear? Programming language and scripting languages. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now to start working with the Selenium tool, we should know any of these languages. You should know either Java or C Sharp, Python, Ruby, Perl or JavaScript. So any of these language should be learned to work with Selenium tool. It is very important. So now we are going to learn Java, core Java. Java means we are not going to learn advanced Java, or even in core Java we are not going to touch with advanced concepts. Okay, we'll be just discussing, we need only programming concepts in core Java, not more than that. That is enough to develop the automation script in Selenium tool. So we'll be discussing all core Java concepts, programming concepts. Okay, now let us start with core Java concept. Guys, you have any doubts, any questions in Selenium introduction? What is a Selenium WebDriver? The current version of Selenium WebDriver is Selenium 2.0. And what are the benefits of Selenium WebDriver tool? And what are the limitations of Selenium limitations? It supports only web-based applications. Supports only web-based applications. That is the limitation of Selenium tool. And after that, no legal support. That means, what do you mean, Shailesh? That means, yeah, no dedicated technical support. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it you mean? Yeah. Okay. Right. You are right. So another limitation is, as no technical support team is available. No technical support team. That means there is no dedicated supporting team available here to support you if you face any challenge or any issues while working with the Selenium tool. Then to support you, there will be no dedicated team available. So you are on your own. You have to do some R&D and you have to find the solution for your issue. Okay, so that is also, we can say, another limitation, right? Okay, and after that we discussed about the history, brief history of Selenium tool, how it was developed by ThoughtWorks. That was called in Selenium 1 or Selenium RC. It was developed in 2004, and it has main drawback is this Selenium RC script cannot directly interact with the browser. That is the main drawback of this Selenium RC. And then in 2006, from Google, one person called Simon Stewart, he developed another program to overcome the drawback of Selenium RC, that was called WebDriver. So this WebDriver script can communicate directly with the browser without any mediator. Okay, so now in 2008, these both the tools, Selenium RC and WebDriver, both the tools are merged and new tool has been created. That means the new version of Selenium has been created. That is a Selenium 2.0, or we call it as a Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver is really very powerful automation tool to automate web applications. Okay, nowadays in the market, right, in almost every client is recommending to go with Selenium, even though they were using UFT earlier. Now they are migrating into Selenium if it is a web-based application. Okay, so the main important benefits, as we discussed, Selenium WebDriver supports multiple browsers like IE, Firefox, Safari, Opera, Chrome, HTML unit, Android, and iOS browsers. That means it supports all the browsers. And in all these browsers, the Firefox is the default browser for Selenium WebDriver. That means by default, Selenium WebDriver script can be executed on Firefox browser without any additional library files without adding any more additional library files or jar files adding. But if you want to run your Selenium script on any other browsers like IE or Safari or on any other browser, you need to add or you need to download the corresponding browser driver jar file. If you want to run your script on IE browser, then you have to download IE driver. If you want to run your Selenium script using Chrome browser, then you should have to add Chrome jar file, Chrome driver jar file. Only then that script can be executed on Chrome browser. But for Firefox, by default, the Selenium script can be executed on Firefox browser. So it is called default browser for Selenium WebDriver. Okay. And after that, the Selenium script can be executed on different operating systems like Windows, Mac, and Linux. And also languages, we can use different languages to develop the script in Selenium tool like Java, C Sharp, Python, Ruby, Perl, and JavaScript. Clear, right, guys? You have any questions, any queries here? Shall we move to core Java? Yeah, core Java concepts. Let us say that core Java. So let me give you a small introduction of about Java, and then we will start with Eclipse setup. So guys, core Java, some important points, right? Just you should have to keep in mind while working with Java, core Java. So this core Java, Java has the three different types, right? J2E, J2EE, J2ME. That means what is this J2SE? Standard edition. It is enterprise edition, and it is mobile edition. So Java has three different editions. So what type of application you want to develop? Is it any standard Windows application or normal application? Then you will be using J2SE. If you are going to develop any a distributed application, that means internet based applications, then you should use J2EE. If you want to develop any mobile application by using Java, then you should use J2ME. So these are three different variations of Java available: J2SE, J2EE, and J2ME. See, Java is really very powerful language, programming language, right? So what are the main features of Java? Important features that we should know before starting with core Java. See, actually this Java was developed by Sun Microsystems. Now it was Oracle company, okay? And see here in the bold color, these are the main features of Java. Write once, run anywhere. That means if you write a Java program once, that Java program can be executed on any platform, on any operating system, on any machine, anywhere you can run that. That is the meaning of that. Write once and run anywhere. If you write one Java program, that can be executed on different platforms or on different operating systems or on different browsers or on different missions, it can be executed. And it is majorly, it is object oriented programming. Java is object oriented programming. That means it will be using object oriented concepts. Object oriented concepts are called OOPS concepts. OOPS concepts definitely all of you should have heard about OOPS concepts, right? Maybe in C++. OOPS concepts are very important. Okay, Java is built upon OOPS concept. And next one, it is platform independent, as we discussed. That means run anywhere means the Java program can be executed on any platform, on any operating system. So it is not platform dependent, and it supports multi-threaded concept. The Java language, programming language, supports multi-threaded concept. What is this multi-threaded concept is, you can write a program which can perform multiple tasks simultaneously. That is called multi-threading programming. A single program can execute multiple tasks simultaneously. How it is possible? Inside that program, they will be creating multiple threads. So each thread means process. Thread is nothing but a process. Okay. So each thread can execute one independent task on its own. So that is called multi-threaded programming concept. So Java supports multi-threaded concept. And Java is very good programming language to develop distributed applications. That means nowadays all applications are distributed applications. All internet applications are distributed applications. Why distributed? That application is distributed on different missions. Is it right? Client will be in one mission. Okay, database will be in another mission. Okay, application server can be in another mission. Is it right? So this application can communicate with all these different servers or different database servers or with the different application servers or with the different clients in different regions across the globe. So that is called distributed. That nowadays all applications, most of the applications are distributed. So by using this Java, you can develop distributed applications. So it is very well supporting distributed applications development. And this Java is highly secured language. Secured means it won't tolerate even any single error in your Java program. It won't run. It will stop the execution immediately. So that kind of exception handling mechanisms are inbuilt available in the Java program, in the Java language. Exception handling mechanisms are very good in Java language. So it will immediately stop, or it won't allow you to run the script or run the program even with any minor small errors. Okay. So these are all important features of core Java. So let me repeat again. Write once, run anywhere. That means it is a platform independent. Java is platform independent, and Java is object oriented programming language. That means the Java language will support object oriented concepts, roots concepts, and it supports multi-threaded concept, multi-threaded programming concept, and it is very good to create or to develop distributed applications. So it is very easy to develop distributed applications by using Java, and it is very highly secured programming language. Okay guys, and now let us see that how to do this setup, how to write a Java program, what we can use to write a Java program. See, to write a Java program, you can use different GUI editors, graphical user interface editors like Eclipse, or we can use Intel NJ is there one more, or NetBeans. So these are all the UI editors where you can develop or write your Java code. Or even without using these editors also, you can write a Java code just simply in the notepad file also. Okay. But now let us say that how to do this Java and Eclipse setup. We will be using Eclipse to write our core Java, to learn the core Java programming concept. The GUI editor we will be using is Eclipse. So let us say that Eclipse. Yes, first of all of you you have Eclipse in your machines already installed. All of you, have you already installed Eclipse in your machines? No. Okay. If not, please download Eclipse. See, I will show you that from where you can download and how to set up that Eclipse to run your Java program. So actually, I will share you this document also. So in this document, it is clearly mentioned. Where is that setup? Yeah. So these are the URLs you can download. First, you have to install Java in your machine. Please make sure that Java is installed in your machine first. Latest version of Java can be available in this location, java.com download. And after that, you can download Eclipse from this link. Go to eclipse.org and downloads page, then download the Eclipse. You can download latest Eclipse version, whatever is available there. Once you install the Java, and after that, if you download this Eclipse, you have to write nothing to install here the Eclipse. Just it is something zip file. You have to unzip that file. That's it. Inside that folder, unzipped folder, you can find some exe file. If you double click that exe, it will start Eclipse tool. Let me show you in my mission. See, in my mission, Java is already installed. You can check that in your C drive, go and see that is that Java is installed or not. Not here. Java is installed. Okay. See, version 1.8 is installed here. And also I have downloaded my Eclipse already in my system. So you can start downloading, guys. I will share you this link. Okay. If you don't have Eclipse in your machine, please download this from this link. You start downloading. It will take some time. Maybe by the end of our session, you can finish that downloading, and also you can finish the setup now itself. Okay, just I have pinged you in the chat that link, Eclipse link. If you don't have Java also not yet installed in your machine, you can go to this link. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I sent only to show. So guys, I'm just pinging you the Java link, and this is the Eclipse link. Okay, Eclipse done. So now let me show my Eclipse where I have downloaded. It is inside Tiny. So this is Eclipse folder. Inside this Eclipse folder, so you can find your exe file. Just simply once you download that Eclipse from the site, you will be getting a zip file. Just unzip that file, then you can find all these folders and files in the unzipped folder. Now just simply you have to double click this exe file. So before opening this Eclipse, you have to do one more small step. What is that step is, you have to set up the environment variable. That means you have to set your Java installation folder path as an environment variable. How to do that? It is simple. First you have to go to Java installation folder where Java is installed in your machine. Go to Java. So open that JDK bin. So this bin path, you have to copy this and you have to paste it here. Where? Inside computer properties. I have to go to advanced settings. It is a Windows 10 in my system. If you have Windows 7 or something different, this option might be available somewhere in system properties window. Go to environment variables, click on this. So here you have to find path variable, system variable. Here path will be there, path. So here you have to define Java path. See here it is there, Java path is there already. It is giving Oracle path, program data, Oracle, Java path. Okay. I think so. Once you install Java, it will automatically set this path. You no need to worry about that mostly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Once you download that Eclipse, then you can open this Eclipse directly. by double clicking this exe file. I'm going to that Eclipse, my Eclipse folder. Eclipse. So when you launch this Eclipse, it will ask you to select workspace. So you should have to select some workspace. That means you have to create one folder, new folder, where in which folder you want to work. You want to save your Java projects. So Java projects will be saved in your workspace folder. See here, it will ask you automatically. If it is not asking you to select workspace, you can select your workspace here. Switch to workspace. Now choose the workspace folder. So here I'm selecting my workspace. So this is my workspace. I create one folder inside P drive, training, inside training Selenium this batch, and inside that I create one empty folder here, Selenium workspace. I created, and you have to select that folder. That's it. So you just create one workspace, empty workspace folder in some location in your system and select that folder path. That's it. Click one. So it will restart that Eclipse with this workspace. So generally, so it is empty. There is no project available in that workspace. So that's why it is not showing here any project. All of you clear? I have created one empty folder and I have selected that folder as my workspace. So that folder is empty right now. So I will show you that folder in my system. So here, this is my folder. So this is simply workspace Eclipse files. It is not a project. It is not a project, Java project. It is not a Java project. This is the folder I created, empty folder. And whenever you open that workspace from Eclipse, these two folders will be automatically created. Okay. Okay. Now let us see. Let us create a new Java project first in the Eclipse. Go to File, New Java project. You click on this my main project. Others. So here you can select Java project. I want to create a Java project. Click Next. Now give enter some project name. I want to give Core Java project. It is my name, and here you can select JRE, the version of your Java version. It will display automatically here. Select that. Okay, finish it. That's it. Done. So new project has been created. New project has been created. See here, it will automatically write these are all Java library files, JRE library jar files. So these are the jar files are required to run your Java project or JavaScript. Okay, so it is automatically created. Inside this src folder, that means a source folder where you can create your Java programs or your JavaScripts inside that src folder. Okay, see in the inside Java project, we can define a packages. We will define package. Package means nothing but a collection of classes, Java classes, or I can say collection of Java files. That is called package. Package is nothing but a folder. I can assume. We can assume as a folder. Okay. See now I'm going to create here one small package, new package. You can give that package name. So stack dot Java. Then, so it is a folder created. So inside this package or folder, we can create a number of JavaScripts. Got it? So how to create a Java? Okay, before going to that, before creating a Java script, new JavaScript, first JavaScript, let us discuss a few things about core Java concepts. See that here. In any Java program, so there are four important entities. In every Java program, there will be four important entities. Those four entities are class, object, method, and variable. In every Java program, you can find these four entities: class, object, method, and variable. Clear guess? We'll discuss in detail what is this what is the class, what is the object, what is the method, and what are all the different types of variables are available in Java, how to use that, all those stuff. These are important four entities in any Java program: class, object, method, and variables. And then you should know some basic rules that we should keep in mind whenever you are writing any Java program. What are those important basic rules in any Java program, right? We should follow. Say first thing, Java is case sensitive language. Java is a case sensitive language. That means yeah. What is the meaning of that? Case sensitive language means all Java commands should be written with case sensitive. That means suppose if there is a small Java command like system.println, system.out.println, there is one small command. So here S should be capital in the command. System, in the system, S should be capital. Suppose by mistakenly if I write a small letter system.out.println command in the Java program, it will throw error. The Java compiler cannot execute that or cannot understand that command. So it like that. We should be very careful while writing Java program. If that command should start with capital letter, it should be started with capital letter. By mistake, if you don't start with capital letter and if you are using small letter, it will throw error. So that's why it is a case sensitive language, Java language. And another important point is every class, see, in every Java program will be defined as a class. That we have to keep in mind. Every Java program will be defined or will be written as a class. I will explain you later after this topic what is a class means. Okay, just keep in mind every Java program is a class, and every class name should begin with always capital letter. Okay, and the next, every method means inside the class we can define variables and methods. Understand? And every method should begin with small letter. Every method name should be small letter and every class name should be with capital letter. And another point, every class, every Java class should be saved. Where we should define that Java class? Inside Java file with extension .java. Every Java class should be defined in a Java file with extension .java. And one more important point here, that Java file name also should be same as that class name. Whatever the Java class you are defining in that file, with that same name, that Java file should be saved with extension .java. Got this point? Another important point, if you want to run this Java class, that Java class should contain this main method. Inside that Java class, main method should be defined. If you want to execute that Java class, then definitely a main method should be defined in the Java class. Okay guys, these are the 4 important points you can keep in mind always while whenever you are writing a Java program. So every Java program will be written as a class. I will explain you what is a class means. And every class name should begin with capital letter, and inside that class we can define variables and methods. Okay, variables you can define with any name, no problem. You can start with capital letter or small letter, however you want. But every method should be started with small letter. That is a guideline should be followed. Every method name should begin with small letter. And another important point is that Java class should be saved in a Java file with extension .java. And one more important point is that Java file name should be same as the class name. That means the Java class should be saved in a file with class name and .java extension. That's how the Java program should be defined in a Java file. And another important point, to execute that Java class, inside that class, main method should be defined. So this is the main method syntax: public, static, void, main, and inside that main we should pass one argument, a string array. So this is a default syntax of main method that should be used to define a main method inside the Java class. All of you clear guess about these 4 important points that we should make a note before writing any Java program. Okay, and now let us try to understand one more small point. Say for example, if I write a Java program, okay, see insert small shape. Suppose this is my Java program, add text. This is Java program. How this Java program can be executed on different missions? Let me clarify on this small point, okay, to understand for your understanding. How Java programs can be executed on different missions or on any platform. How Java is platform independent. How Java program can be executed on different platforms. See how Java program will be executed. We have to understand that process. How Java program will be executed when you run Java program. See, whenever you run a Java program, what happens? First, there will be one Java compiler. Do you know what is the compiler? What compiler will do? It is suppose it is a compiler. What compiler will do? It is a Java compiler. What is Java compiler? Generally, what is the compiler? What is the compiler will do in any programming execution, in any program execution process? What compiler will do? Any idea? What is the compiler? What compiler program will do? Sailesh or Nagaraju, any idea? Hello, Sailesh, Nagaraju. Yeah, when we compile program, then we can run on any system. Sailesh, Nagaraj, do you have any idea what is the compiler? You heard that, such as, okay, let me explain you what is the compiler is all about. See, for any programming, if you write any program in any language, whatever the language it is, whether it is C or Java or C Sharp or JavaScript or VB script or Perl or Ruby, Python, whatever it is, if you write a program, so these programs are called high level languages, high level programming. See, the program written in any language, either Java language or C or C++, C Sharp, whatever it is, this program is called high level program. That means all these languages are called high level language programming languages. Why it is called high level programming languages? All these programs are written in English. Is it right? All these programming languages are using English language, basically, correct? So all these programs are written in English by using English letters. So that's why these programs are called high level programming languages. See, this program is executed by, when you run the program, what is happening? This program is executed by your system, correct? Where you are running the program? On your computer. So when you run the program on your computer, who is running that program? Who is executing that program? Your system processor, correct? Your system processor will be running, executing your program, correct? So whatever the program you have written some instructions, or you have written some set of actions inside your program. Whatever the actions you want to execute, so those actions are defined inside your program, correct? So when you run this program, the system processor should understand your program instruction. What is that program instruction is saying, what it want to do. So that processor should understand that instruction. Only then the processor can be able to execute that instruction what you have expected in your program. But generally all the programs are written in high level language, that is called English. All programming languages, either it is Java program or C program, C Sharp program, whatever the program it is written basically in English, correct? So when you run this program, the system processor cannot understand that English language program directly, since system processor don't know English, correct? It cannot understand the English language first of all. So system program cannot run your Java program or whatever the program it is directly. It is not at all possible. So that's why there is a compiler. What is this compiler is? Compiler is another program. So there will be a compiler for each language. If it is a C language, there will be some C compiler. If it is a Java language, there will be a Java compiler. Is it right? For every language, there will be a separate compiler. So what this compiler is it is again another program. What it will do? What is its duty? It will convert your program written in English into mission code. Mission code means binary code. That means, so it converts this. What is this? So it converts this program into mission code, binary program. It is a binary program. It is called mission code. So this Java program is written in English by using English letters. And after compiling, what will happen? What you will be getting? You will be getting a program by using binary language. Binary language means language, it will be using only two letters, two characters. What are those two characters? 0 and 1. In the binary language, there will be only two characters, 0 and 1. That's it. So your Java program will be converted into binary program, or your C program will be converted into binary program by using compiler program. All of you clear now? The compiler, what it will do? It converts the high level program into binary program, or it is called machine code. Machine code means zeros and ones. The system processor can understand only 0 and 1 characters. It cannot understand any other character, A, B, C, D, all those things, or even other numbers cannot be understood by system processor. It can understand only two characters, 0 and 1. That also in terms of signals, off and on. How system processor cannot understand even 0 and 1 directly. The 0 and 1 will be converted into off and on into signals, static signals. Okay, so that's how it will understand the language programming statement, whatever you have written in the program. It will be converted into zeros and ones. Then these zeros and ones will be parsed by the processor, and it will understand that what is that command is. Then it will execute that proper action. Got it? That means this compiler, generally compiler program, will convert your high level program into low level program. Low level program means binary program or machine code program, which can be easily understood by a processor. Okay, but here this Java program compiler, Java compiler will not convert this Java program into binary code. Understand what it will do? It will convert here another intermediary code. Intermediary code, that is a byte code. It is not fully a machine code. It is something intermediary code. It is not fully machine code, or it is not fully high level programming language code. So like that, this Java compiler will convert this Java program into intermediary code. Understand? By Java compiler. The Java compiler will convert like this. Done. Yeah. So this byte code cannot be directly executed by system again. Suppose if I want to run my Java program in Windows system, or if I want to run same Java program in Linux system, or if I want to run my same Java program in Mac machine, the code will be same, but still the same code can be executed on different machines. How it was possible, you know? This byte code will be common. The compiler, see, after compiling this Java program, you will be getting compiled code, or it is called intermediary byte code. Understand? So this code will be common for all the machines. So you will be running this program, intermediary program, on different machines. You can run it. How this intermediate code can be executed on different machines, you know? There here you will be having one more program. It is called JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine, JVM. Suppose if I want to run my Java program inside Windows machine, then in my system I should install this JVM. For Windows, JVM will be available. So that Windows JVM will be installed automatically whenever you install Java. Whenever you download Java into your machine, it automatically installs this JVM as well for your machine. Similarly, if you install Java in Linux machine, it will automatically install JVM for Linux machine. So like that, JVM will be available for each different types of operating systems or platforms. So if you want to run this intermediate program inside my machine, so in my machine I already have Java JVM available. So what this JVM will do, this JVM will convert this intermediate code again into mission code. Here mission code will be created. This is a mission code. Mission code means binary code, zeros and ones. Mission or binary code, we can say binary code. So first, when you run a Java program, what will happen? The Java compiler compiles your Java program into intermediate code. Intermediate code. This intermediate code can be executed on any mission or on any platform, on any operating system. It can be executed. How this intermediate code can be executed on any mission or on different platforms? By using JVM. JVM is Java Virtual Machine. So it is a Java library file which can convert this particular intermediate code into the mission code. Okay, now this mission code can be executed by your mission because it is a mission code, one and zeros and ones. It can be executed by your mission. So if you are running this Java program on different mission, only this Java compiler and intermediate code will be same. Only this JVM will change. So this JVM will convert this intermediate code into your mission specific binary code, and that can be executed in that mission. So this is how the Java program will run when you execute the Java program. In the backend, right, this process will happen. Understand, guys? Clear? You have any doubt in this process, Java program execution process? No. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now let us start with our Java program. We discussed about basic rules, 4 basic rules that we should keep in mind. The first basic rule is class name always should begin with capital letter, and method name should begin with small letter, and the class name should be same as Java file with extension .java. And if you want to run this Java class, inside that class main method should be defined. Without main method, you cannot run Java class. Okay, I will explain you what is this main method, why we should define main method. Okay, later. And now let us say that let me create one small Java program first. First Java program. In the Eclipse, we already created a project, empty project, and inside src folder we created one package. Package means a collection of Java files or a collection of Java classes, we can say. It is just like a folder. Okay, we created a folder called stack.core, and inside this package now I'm going to create a new class. Select here new class and give that class name. See my first class name, identifiers. See here modifiers, what type of class you want to create. So there are different types of classes. Modifiers, public class, default class, private class, or protected class. We'll discuss about all these points in detail. Okay, abstract class or final class or static class, these are all different types of classes we can create. So I'm using by default public class, and this is the super class. See, look at that here. Super class means it's kind of a parent class. So for every class that we are creating in the Java, this object class, what is the super class name? Look at this object class name, object. Where this class is available? Inside java.language package. Inside that java.language, there is an object class. It is predefined in the Java. So this class is called super class of all Java classes. Whatever you create, all classes are child classes for this. So superclass means nothing but a parent class. So for every class, object class is the parent class. So that's why it is called superclass. Okay, forget about all this. Just for information, I'm expanding this. Now you can just simply click finish button. So it will create a new class, empty class. Just look at that. How the class is created. So this is the class. This is the class definition: public, class, and class name. This is the way you should have to define classes in the Java file inside Java. Okay, and always see that this class name should begin with capital letter. And one more important, what is that? The fourth rule. This is the fourth rule. Sorry, fifth rule, right? Yeah, third rule, rule 3. This one. The class name should be same as Java file. See, look at that. This is the file name. What is the file name? Identifiers.java. And the class name also identifiers. So this class name and Java file name should be same. Is it clear? And see here, package by default automatically package statement is added at the top of the Java file package. So what is a package name? That means this class is defined inside this package. This class belongs to this package. So what is the package name? Stack.core. So package is nothing but a kind of folder. Okay. That means this class is defined inside this group or inside this folder. So that is called package. All of you clear? Now see why I have defined here now identifiers class. Now we are going to discuss about identifiers. What is an identifier in core Java? Identifier is nothing but a name of variable or class or method. It is called identifier in core Java. What is the identifier means? The name of class, the name of variable, or the name of method. These are all identifiers. So every identifier should begin with either letter or underscore or dollar. We cannot start identifier with any other characters. You cannot define identifier. That means you cannot define a class name with number, beginning with number, a numeric digit. It is not possible. You cannot define a variable name beginning with a special character, something like plus or minus, something like that. It is not possible. So every identifier should be defined, should be started with a letter, alphabetical letter, or dollar, or underscore. It is underscore. Okay. So now let me define. Say this is also identifier. The class name also identifier. Okay. Similarly, the next I will be defining some variable inside this class. So how to define variables? I'm just simply defining one small variable x, integer x, and I can assign initialize some value to this variable. So I'm giving x is equal to 5 and semicolon. See that this is the syntax of what is a Java statement. If you want to define any variables, you should define variables like this. Declare variables first. Okay. And variables can be initialized with value if you want. So x is initialized with 5, and every Java statement should be ending with semicolon in the Java program. That is mandatory. Semicolon is mandatory at the end of the every Java statement. Got it? And now see, I want to print or I want to increase that x value by another 5. So I can write the statement x is equal to x plus 5, semicolon. Done. And I want to print that. No, what is this error? What is this error saying? Syntax error, token expected. X is equal to x plus 5. 1 second. Let me write here. I want to print x value, for example, system dot out dot print line. Yeah, I got it. Guess why I'm getting error. I'm missing these basic things. Yeah, see here, what I'm trying to do, I defined a variable with the integer type and I initialized some value to that with 5. That's fine. After that, I'm trying to execute some statement. X is equal to x plus 5. And then I'm writing system.out.println. So it is not possible. You cannot write directly like this actions or like this steps inside the class directly. Where you should define these statements or actions, whatever you want to execute. If you want to execute any operation, those operation steps should be defined inside a method. So what is the method is used for? To execute some actions or some operations inside Java class. You should define a method. So method means nothing but it is an operation. What operation you want to execute inside this class? What action you want to execute? That action or operations should be defined as method. Got it, guys? So here I should define these two actions, whatever I have defined here, x is equal to x plus 5 and system.out.println. These two are operations I'm trying to execute. So we should not define operations just like that inside the class directly. Where you should define? Inside method. So let me define method. So control X. So I'm going to define here one method, public static void. So I'm giving simply method 1. M is method name should be small letter. So I'm giving method 1. That is my method name. Open bracket and close bracket. See, this is important. Close flower brackets and open and closing flower brackets for every method. We should open and close flower brackets. Similarly, for every class, we should open and close the flower brackets. So that means this is the beginning of the class and this is the end of the class. Similarly, this is the beginning of the method and this is the end of the method. So in between, you can define multiple operations. So here I'm defining x is equal to x plus 5. So it is throwing error. So I should define here static integer. Static, I should define. We will discuss all these things, why we are throwing errors, all those things. Yeah, now errors are gone. I will explain you why these errors are coming and how these errors are automatically going out. So just I have written simple a method. I have defined simple class identifiers, and inside this class I have defined one variable x. That variable type is integer, and inside this class I have defined I want to execute some actions. So I have defined one method with some actions inside that method. So what are those actions? Just I'm increasing this x value by 5. And the next step is I want to print that updated x value. So this statement will print x value. So print here x. So I'm printing x is equal to, see, x is equal to space and plus x. That's it. This is my simple method. Yeah, Nagarazu, what is public and static? Yeah, I will come to that point, Nagarazu. I will explain you in detail what is this integer, static, public, void, all those things. Okay. Time being, just please ignore that. Just try to understand how we are creating a Java class. That is what first now. I'm creating here simply one first new Java program. How Java program will be created? Java program should be created as a class, Java class. So this is the Java class. What is the format of Java class? See, inside every Java class should be defined with, it is actually called modifier. Public is called here access modifier. Access modifier. Access modifier means, I will explain you later, little bit later, what is that public and what are the different types of access modifiers and what is the use of that. Okay. And first we have to define some access modifier like public, private, protected, or default. Like this we can define here. And then we should use this class keyword to define a class. And after that you should define the class name, which is beginning with the capital letter, and then beginning of the class with the flower bracket, and the end of the class with closed flower bracket. Okay. And then inside this class, what we can define? We can define two things inside the class. See, we discussed here one point. In any Java program, we can see these four entities. What are those four entities? Class, yes, it is there. This is the class. And what is the next entity? Object. See, object is not there. Still, we have not defined any object in this program. Okay. And the method, yes, method is defined. So this is the method. Why we define method? To execute any action. See, we are defining operations. What operations you want to execute by using this class. So all operations or actions should be defined inside methods. Okay. So inside this method, I am executing two actions, incrementing of x value and the printing of that updated x value. Okay. So that is the method. And also variables. Yes. Inside class, we can define variables. See, here I define one variable inside the class directly. And also we can define variables inside the method also. Okay. So this is about variable. I will explain you one by one. What is a class first? What is a variable? What is a method? All those things. Okay. Just see that how to run this program, how to execute this program. Can we run this program? We cannot run this program because as per this fifth rule, if you want to run the program inside that class, we should define a main method. Understand? So we should define here a main method inside this class, public, static. This is the syntax of main method, main and a string and args as an array. So this is the main method. Because I want to execute this class, so that's why main method should be defined in that class. So that means when you run this Java program or Java class, what will happen? The execution will be started from this main method. You can define inside this class, I can define 100 methods. Inside this class, we can define some 100 methods. But when you run a Java class, which method will be executed first inside that class? The main method will be executed first, always. So this is the starting point. It is the execution starting point. When you run a Java class, the execution will be started from the main method always. So from this main method, now what method you want to execute? I want to run this method 1. Now you have to call this method 1 inside this main method. So how to call that? So I can simply call method 1. That's it. Method 1. So this is the calling statement. That means inside main method, you are calling this method 1. What it will do? Whenever you run this statement, it will be executed automatically. That means this method will be executed automatically. Understand now? This is how we can execute the methods inside the class. Okay. Now let me run this program and let us see that. Click OK. See, it will do compiling and interpretation, everything. See that it is the console window. What value is printed? See, x value is incremented inside this method. X value becomes 10, and here we are printing that x value. Where x value is printed? In the console window. that value is printed. That means that Java program is running good. Clear guys now what Java program contains? That is what I want you to make understand in this from this small program. The Java program contains importantly four things. There is one package statement. It is mandatory. By default, it will be created package statement. And after that, a class, public class is there. And inside that class, we can define variables and multiple methods can be defined. Here I have defined one variable X and I have defined one variable, one method 1. And inside that method, you can define all your actions, whatever you want to execute. You cannot define actions directly in the class outside of the methods. It will throw error. You should define all your actions inside methods. You can define n number of methods and you can define different actions in each method. Now, once you define variables and methods, how to execute your class or your method? If you want to run your class, you should define a main method inside that class. The main method syntax should be always public static void main and with input one string array. And inside this main method, what method you want to execute from this class? Inside this class, I want to run method 1. So I'm calling this method 1 inside the main method. So how this main method will be executed when you run the program? When you run this Java program, automatically execution will be started by running this main method. And inside this main method, you are calling method 1. So it will execute this method 1. So inside this method, it executes these two steps and value is printed in the console. Got it? So that is how the Java program will be written and that is the format of Java program. Okay, now let us go in detail first about variables. I will discuss about later what is the public about this later, little bit later we'll discuss what is the public means and what is the static, all these things. First I want to explain you what is a variable. What is a variable means? What is a variable means? Variable is an identifier, is it right? To which value can be changed at runtime. See, x is a variable and this x variable can be modified inside the script, inside the program at runtime. See here I have defined one variable x and I have initialized a value 5 to this variable. After that at runtime what is happening? Inside main method we are calling this method 1 and inside this method 1 we are increasing this x value by 5. So now x becomes 10. When this x becomes 10 at runtime, while running this method 1, inside this method 1, the x value is updated to 10. And that updated value I am printing here inside method 1. So that's why x is 10 printed in the console. Got it? That means the variable values can be changed at runtime. So these variables, right, will be useful, right, to achieve your task, to complete, to execute your expected task in the application. Sometimes you may have to store some values, some data for future use in the program. After some point of time, you want to use that data. So for that purpose, you have to store that data or value in some place. So variable is nothing but it is a value placeholder. So where you can store some data, okay, and later point of time whenever you want you can get that value back from that variable, and if you want to modify that value you can modify that value whenever you want. So that is called variable. Understand? Now these variables should be declared first. Whenever you want to use some variable in the Java program, then that variable should be defined first. That means declaration. Variable should be declared. Without declaring variable, you can't use directly. See, for example, if I comment this statement in this program, see in the Java program, you can comment any line by simply typing double slash. See that this line is commented. That means that line is not no more active. It will not be executed. When you run this program, Java compiler will not compile that particular line. It will ignore that. So now it is throwing error. See that here it is throwing error. What is the error message? Cannot be resolved to a variable, because for this variable declaration is missing in the Java program. That's why it is throwing error. So it is very important to declare every variable before using. So that is the statement. This is the declaration statement, variable declaration statement. How variable should be declared? See, every variable should be declared by using its data type. By using its data type. Data type means what type of value can be assigned to that variable. What type of value can be assigned to this variable? So there are different types of data we can store in that variable. So let me discuss about different types of data. Let us see that data types. So in Java, there are important 9 different primitive data types, primary data types. There are 9 types of primary data types. The first data type is called byte. If any variable is defined with this data type byte, what does that means? In that variable, you can assign a value of size 8-bit. That means its capacity, its size is 8-bit character. That means that variable size is only 8-bit. That means why it is the size is in terms of bits, right? To understand that why the data type size, data size in terms of bits and bytes. To understand that, you have to understand one more point here with variables. See, whenever you declare one variable, what will happen, whenever you run this program at the time of compilation, whenever Java compiler checks look this line, it is a variable name X, and what type of data it is? Integer, correct? So for integer data type, what is the size? Look at that here. The integer size is 32-bit. So what compiler will do, as soon as it looks this line, it will allocate some memory space to this variable X in the RAM at runtime. Whenever you run this program, the Java compiler or Java interpreter will allocate some memory space to this variable X in the RAM. Understand? That means for every variable, whatever the variables you defined in the program, for every variables, some memory space will be allocated in the memory, in the RAM. So how much space should be allocated to this variable? That will be decided based on this data type. What type of data this variable is defined? This variable is defined as integer. That means for this variable, it will assign 32-bit memory size. 32-bit size memory will be allocated to this particular variable. So that is the size of that variable. Okay. So in that variable, in that memory location, you can store any value within that size. Maximum size is 32-bit. So within that 32-bit size, you can store any data. Understand? So whatever the value is assigned to this X variable, what will happen? Where this value will be stored at runtime? Inside that memory. Whatever the memory is allocated to this variable X, so in that memory location, in that memory space, this value 5 will be stored. Got it? So based on this variable data type, the memory location allocation will be done. Understand? So that's why it is very important to understand that what are the different types of data we can use to declare variables, and what is the size of each data type. If the variable is declared as a byte data type, It is a number. Byte means number. Okay, number data type. Byte. What is the size of that variable? 8-bit variable. What values can be assigned to that variable? So this is the range of values can be stored in that variable if that variable is declared as byte. Understand? See that. See, I will see. You have any confusion or any doubt in this point here? 8-bit size of the memory, and these are the numbers that we can store in this space, in the 8-bit space. Do you have any questions here? Any queries? See, this is the data type, and 8-bit is the memory space can be allocated to that particular variable, and these are the numbers, minimum and maximum numbers that you can store in that variable. Okay, and similarly short data type. If you declare any variable as a short, then how much space will be allocated? 16-bit will be allocated, and these are the numbers size. These are the numbers can be stored in that variable. 2 to the power of 15 minus 2 to the power of 15 to 2 to the power of 15 minus 1. Understand? So these are the values, range of numbers can be stored in the short variable. And similarly, integer type, it is 32-bit in size, and see that what is the range of values can be stored? Minus 2 to the power of 31 to 2 to the power of 31 minus 1. And long integer, it is also number, long integer. See, these four data types are integer numbers. Just keep in mind, these four data types belong to integer data types: byte, short, integer, long. So the long integer is 64-bit in size, and this is the range of values can be stored in that variable. Similarly, single and double, these two data types belongs to floating point numbers. That means decimal numbers with a decimal point. These first four data types belongs to integer numbers, and these two data types belong to floating point numbers. So the single type floating point number data type size is 32-bit, and double floating point data type size is 64-bit, and another data type is Boolean. Boolean means true or false, 0 or 1. That means only one digit we can store. Only one bit of information can be stored in that variable. So that's why it is 1 bit in size. 1 bit in size. And the character, there is another type of data type, character. It is a string type of data. What is the size of character? One character, 16-bit character. It is Unicode character, 16-bit Unicode character. It is the size of character 16-bit. And the last data type is a reference data type. A reference data type means it is called object. All objects belongs to this data type, reference data type. You can understand later what is the object means after we discuss about objects. Okay, so this reference data type will be used for objects. Just to keep in mind that point. Okay, clear guess? These are the different types of data. So that is how we defined here variables by using data type. So here I have declared X variable as data type integer. So you can use any type of data, maybe byte I can use, or short you can use, depends upon the value what you want to store in this variable. You can use that data type. If I want to store characters, then you have to use character. If you want to store string, then you have to use string. Okay, like that, depends upon the data, you can use data type in the declaration statement. And now see here some examples how we are storing declaring the variables: integer, byte, double. You can declare any variables. So I'm declaring one more variable, for example character. So you can see C, character C, a single, say suppose some ID, SINGL, right? Correct, right? Class of cancel. Capital letter. You know, what is the problem? Single spelling is correct, right? Yeah, what is the problem? Single. Oh, ID maybe this problem. Let me give some different value. Why? It's still showing error. Double. DOBL double. The double is accepted. Okay. So like this, we can declare variables, characters, double, integer. We can declare variables by using data types. Okay. Now come to here. One more point. See these variables, right? Variables can be declared in different places in the Java program. So at present, where we declared variables inside the class and outside of all the methods within that class. We have declared these three variables inside the class but outside of all the methods. That means these variables are not declared inside the class, inside the method. It is declared directly inside the class. So these variables are called instance variables. Instance variables. These variables are called instance variables. And if I declare, see these variables lifetime, if I declare a variable inside the class, what is the lifetime of that variable? What is the accessibility, where you can access that variable? Can I access that variable inside main method? Can I access these variables inside method 1? Yes, we can access. We can access instance variables in all methods within this class. Got it? So that's why I see here it is not throwing any error. If I use when I use X variable inside method 1, we are not getting any error because it can be accessible. Suppose if I declare one variable inside the method, say for example integer z is equal to 5. I have declared one variable inside the method. Now I'm using this variable to increment x. X is equal to x plus z. So I have declared one z variable inside method 1, and this z variable is used here to increment x value. Now what is this z variable is called? Where z is declared inside the method, it is declared. So it is called local variable. It is called local variable. See here we are declaring two important concepts, two important points about variables. First one is instance variable. Instance variable, where these instance variables will be defined inside the class. And the second one we are discussing about local variable, where these variables will be declared inside methods. Inside method, local variables will be declared. That means the variables can be categorized based on the location where those variables are declared. Based on the location of that variable where it is declared, that variable lifetime will change. Say for example, Since this x variable is declared inside the class, this x value will be available till end of this class execution. Now if you look at this z variable, this z variable is declared inside method 1. So this z variable can be accessed only within this method 1. Outside of this method 1, z cannot be accessible. See, for example, if I try to use z variable inside main method, it will throw error. See that? If I write x is equal to x plus z here, see, x can be accessed because x is an instance variable. It is declared inside the class. So x can be used across all the methods within that class. But z is not an instance variable. It is a local variable inside method 1. That means this z can be used only inside method 1 but not anywhere else in the class. So that's why here you are getting error. Got it? Suppose if I declare here z variable double z, now it is not initialized, right? Okay, let us say that some 5. Still it is throwing error. Why it is throwing error? It should be declared as a static. That's why. Static double. Oh, sorry. Z cannot be, x is integer, z is double. That's why it is throwing error. Let me give it as integer. Now error is gone. Okay. See, now I have declared one integer variable z inside the class, and here I have declared inside the method 1 z variable. This variable and this variable names are same, but here let me give here some 10. Inside this method 1, z value is 10. Inside this class, z value is 5. Now in this statement, x is equal to x plus z statement, what is the z value? 10 or 5? What is the z value in this statement in the method 1? Shailesh, Nagaraju? 10, right, you are right. See why it is 10? The first priority will be always given to the local variables. That means this local variable will override this instance variable z. Got it? That means if I define same name for instance variable and a local variable, then inside the method, the local variable will be given first priority. So it will override the instance variable. But inside main method, what is the z value? Inside this main method, what is the z value? It is 5. Because here this local variable z cannot be accessible inside this main method. Which variable is accessible? Only instance variable z is accessible here. So that's why here it is 5. So let me write here what is the x value now. Now tell me, if I run this program, what values will be printed? What is the value of x first? See, I am printing x value 2 times, here and here. Correct? 2 times we are printing x value. Which value will be printed first? What is the x value first time, and what is the x value second time? If you run this program, x will be printed 2 times. What is the value of x first time? Salish? Sailesh, are you there? Hello, Sailesh. Raja, what is the value of here? 5. No, what is the first value? What is the first value of x? What value will be printed first? I'm not getting, no, not 5, not 5. What is the value of x will be printed first in this program? Is it 5? Just check that. The first value of x here, what is the statement will be executed first? Either this one or this one. This statement will be executed first, right? So at this statement, what is the value of x? X is equal to x plus z, right? X is equal to 5 initialized. Now x is equal to x plus z. What is the value of x here? 15, correct? It is 15 here. After that, see, when you start this program, it comes to main method, right? Inside main method, you are calling method 1. So it will come here and it will execute all these statements. Then it will go back to this statement. Now x is equal to x plus z. What is the value of x here? 20. X value is 15. Here it is updated, correct? 15 plus, what is the value of z here? 5. So 15 plus 5, 20. So 20 should be printed here. So here 15 and here 20 should be printed if I run this program. Let us see that. See that 15 is printed inside method 1, 20 is printed inside main method. Got it, guys? Clear? How local variables and instance variables will work. So there are two types of variables, depends upon its location, where it is declared. Okay, variables categories. Variables categories we are discussing based on location. It is based on location. Clear, guys? And now inside class we can define, we have seen now how to define, how to declare variables, and we also seen that two types of variables, local and uh, instance variables, or global variables we can say, or class variables we can say that one. We can also define constants inside Java classes, inside Java program. How to define a constant? Constant means, what is the meaning of constant? It is also a kind of variable. It is an identifier. Variable value can be modified in the program during the program execution, but constant value cannot be modified. Once it is initialized, it is a fixed value. The constant value cannot be modified at runtime at all. So let us see that how to declare a constant. Okay, move this public. It is a default one. What is this? We should declare final static expected after this token. What is expected? Failed is equal to 0. Sorry, capital letter I think. So this one, it should be public static final. That is the way we should declare. So let us do here. Variable scope we discussed. Yes, what is variable declarative ID expected after this token? Oh, sorry, yes. I have not declared the data type. Small thing. Static final. It is, for example, integer. So I'm missing a data type. That's why it is throwing error. I am missing here data type declaration. That's why it was throwing error. Keep throwing error before. Say that now it is throwing error. Correct? Because data type is missing in the declaration. That's why. So you can say it is boolean also. See, I'm defining this as a boolean type. Boolean means it should be true or false. Failed means I can say false. Got it? See here I have it is a constant here. See, this constant always should be declared like this with these keywords. Static and final should be defined, should be used to declare a constant. To declare a constant, static and final keyword should be used. If you use these two keywords, that variable becomes a constant. That means that variable value or constant value cannot be changed anymore in the program. If you try to change this value at any place, it will throw error. See, for example, if I try to change this value to true, it will throw error because it is declared as a constant. It cannot be modified. See, since why it cannot be modified, this final keyword is doing that. The final, if you declare any variable or with the final keyword, it will become constant. That means that variable value cannot be modified anymore. If I remove this final, then it will accept. See that it is accepting that final. Understand now? Static final should be declared if you want to define a constants in the Java program. So that is about Java program. Okay. Okay. Now let us see other data types. Some more few methods, right? By using data types. Let us see here. Character type. There are some methods we can use inside character data type. See here I have used the C, character C. Yeah, yes, okay, Sailesh. Okay, fine, guys. I think so. I have given continuous session today. And so what we plan, right? We'll stop it here. Um, we will take some break, maybe 15 minutes, and then let us join back, and we will recap this today's session. And if you have any doubts, we will discuss for today, and then we can continue in the next session. Okay. Okay, guys.
Sir,
Take
one request,
yeah. Hello.
instead of 3 hours, we can keep 2 hours session.
Yeah, sure, sure. But then let me close the session now. But let me take again once again quick recap, and if you have any doubts, let me take your queries, and then we can
No, no, no.
session.
I'm requesting not only this week, every week we can keep 2 weeks, 12 hours only.
No, who is talking that? I am not getting your voice, Nagaraju. I think so.
Yes,
There's some problem in your audio. Can you ping me? And guys, I'm requesting you that guys, if you write, feel that not right, getting what is that understanding, or if it is feel that overloaded. Uh, okay. Yeah, actually, I should take a break at after 1.5 hours. Maybe I forget that in the flow. Please remind me to take a break after 1.5 hours. Okay, from next session onwards. So we should take break. Yeah, that is right. You are right. I should give break, but really maybe today, right in the flow, I forgot about the break. Um, yeah. Okay, guys.
not
From
only
next session onwards, I request you guys please remind me after 1.5 hours. Let us take some 15 minutes break, and then we can again fresh with a fresh mind. Uh, yeah. Okay, guys. For today, right, what I will do now. Uh, just let me recap quickly what we discussed today, what topics, what concepts we covered, and if you have any questions in that, we can discuss, and then we can wrap up for today. Yes, today, right, we started with introduction to Selenium. What is the introduction? What is Selenium tool about, and what are the uses of Selenium tool, and what are the limitations of Selenium tool, and what is the brief history of Selenium, how it was developed, and on different versions of Selenium, how Selenium RC works, and how Selenium WebDriver works. And then we discussed about benefits of Selenium like multi-browser, multi-operating systems, multiple programming languages support, all those things. And then we discussed about Java, core Java introduction we started. So in core Java, we discussed first Selenium setup. First, we have to download Java, install Java in your machine, then download this Eclipse, and then simply you can launch the Eclipse. And then we have seen how to create a new project in the Eclipse, and how to create a package. What is the package we discussed, and then inside the package we created a new class, and then inside that class we created some we declared some variables, and we defined one method. After that, we defined main method to execute this class, and inside the main method we are calling this method, and some other actions we are executing. Okay. And then we discussed about some important basic rules in core Java, some important basic rules that we should have to keep in mind while writing the Java program. And then we discussed about different types of data which are available in Java that can be used to declare variables like byte, short, integer, long, single, double, boolean character. And then we have seen some examples of variables declaration and how to use those variables inside the method. And then we discussed about uh, finally this one, what is it, variables lifetime, what is the lifetime of the variables, and different types of variables, local variables and instance variables. That's it. So that's what we covered today. Okay, you have any queries, guys, here? Yeah, I think so. Today I continuously overloaded you. I hope so. You may not ask me any questions today. Okay, guys, right? We can wrap up the session if you don't have any questions. But from definitely sure, I will make sure that okay, from next session we will have a break after 1.5 hour. If I forget, please requesting you remind me that to take a break. Okay, we'll take a break definitely. So anything, guys, just write ping me that whether you have any queries or no, yes or no. Then we can wrap up the session. Just please respond me in the chat, all of you. You have any queries? Can you talk about JDK? Yeah, yes, Sailesh. So when you install Java, right, you can see JDK means Java Development Kit. Okay, Java Development Toolkit. That means to develop any Java application, right? See what all the jar files are required, what all the built-in Java classes are required to develop any application. Those required Java classes and the jar file, Java library files and methods, all those things are already predefined in the JDK. Just you can reuse it for your application development. So that is called JDK. It is nothing but Java Development Kit. So that if you write install that Java, it will automatically download all the JDK library files, jar files into your machine, and those files will be linked to your project automatically here. When you are creating a project, see that these are all jar files coming from this JDK, and there is one more folder called JRE, that is the enterprise jar files. This is JDK means it is a basic core Java jar files will be there here, and there is one more folder called JRE. That folder will come if you are using J2EE. If you install J2EE in your machine, JRE folder will come. That means that folder contains all enterprise application related jar files and methods and all those things. So that will be useful to develop any J2E applications. Understand? These are all jar files, predefined built-in Java classes, which can be used for your application development. And also, got it, Silesh? Yeah. So any other queries or any questions, Nagaraju? 2 hours, no, it may not be. Let us try to write. Yes, do you feel that it is 3 hours is very long time at a time continuously? If you take a 15 minutes break, if you take 15 minutes break, is it okay 3 hours time, Silesh? Yes, right. It should be okay because otherwise, right, we cannot cover all the topics. Okay, that's why I think so. Within 2 months time, we cannot cover all the topics in detail. That's why if you reduce this time, if you shortcut it to 2 hours, then I have to skip right some of the. I cannot discuss in detail all the topics. Okay, that's why I keep it 3 hours and for 2 months time. Yeah. But definitely right, guys. We will make sure that we will have a break, 15 minutes break. Maybe right today I'm in flow. I forgot to take the break. That's why we didn't have break today. Next time we will have a break. And today for before next session, right? I'm requesting you all of you, please make that Selenium setup ready in your Eclipse setup ready in your missions. Not Selenium setup, Eclipse setup. Eclipse should be downloaded and it should be working fine. Please make sure that. And if you have any issues with your Eclipse, let us see that maybe in next session before starting. Okay. Because from next week onwards, we'll be working more with the Java programs. Okay. I want you guys also to do that practice. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye. And Sailesh, I have uploaded right yesterday's session video in my website, so we can also have a look at it and also download it. Okay.
Hi Prasad, Shailesh here. Can I see directly on your website or how?
Yeah, you can see that. See that if you don't, if you are not able to see view directly in my website, please let me know. I will create a user ID and I can share you that. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Just check
thank
that
you.
whether are you able to. I think so. It should be. You should be able to view it directly. If you are not able to view that, let me know. Okay.
Let me check right now.
Yeah,
Check
check
it out.
that. Check it. Raja, you can check that whether are you able to access it. Oh, he's offline. Okay.
Okay. Yes, I can see now.
Yeah.
I can see
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. See you. See you.